show them the technical approach to satisfy the what is described here, which is from the heterogeneous database. We somehow retrieve that based on the certain rule or certain keyword. So hopefully keyword, natural language, rules that can be used to retrieve relevant information from all this heterogeneous database and provide the result to the user, which is related to each other, semantically related.
Okay. So when you say semantically related, are we going to talk about relating it using the SNOMED and maybe HCL7 ontology? Or?
Not necessarily. That's just a part of it.
Okay.
It's not really all of it.
Okay.
Since it is a medical terminology, so I thought about the SNOMED.
Okay.
But that's just one thing.
I like your approach of going, and I think this is a beautiful approach, is to take the keyword and put it in context based on one of these standards. That way we get more keywords and more connection with these other pieces.
But as you can imagine, this heterogeneous database, you cannot get all the relevant thing in one access, right? So we thought about some kind of integrated index database and the semantic database, how to make it this actually listing here, how to make semantic database.
When do you get the feedback loop? Let's say if somebody chose diabetic and then they got a feedback from a trial, but that is not relevant to them, just like Google page ranking. Where is that logic?
Oh, that's actually that is something we need to think about. So, if the result is not satisfiable, then we ask more information.
Oh.
Perhaps the user get the result here, right?
Yes.
And
dissatisfied.
You just think, no, this is not what I want. Then you provide more info.
Do you give the user like Google search? Do you give them relevance top and then bottom down? Do you give multiple, or do you just give them? We have to give them multiple links.
Nothing is fixed yet. So we can decide to do it, or we can go to different routes. It's all up in the air. So at this point, let's assume we get the result from this temporary database.
Top 10 results, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that result is not from one source. That result coming from
all
different,
agnostic sources, unrelated sources.
Right. So I don't even know how to format the result. It's not about the Google search. The Google search has the website and the link, and that's it. But this is different.
Yes.
This is different. This has a chart and best practice and trial, and so it is not about the hyperlink. It is about the actual data they can see.
And every search is going to be consistent? Like if I search for diabetes, it's going through all these searches. If I search for something else, it goes all through all these, but it only finds information here and here. It doesn't find information here and here.
It's possible.
And can this grow? Like, can more registries be added?
Right. So
how does it dynamically get added?
Right. So you are asking the same question as mine. So how to update information? Yeah. So is it periodical, or is it the regular interval? So that we need to propose.
So one of the things I think, this RSS, right? You know, the news, initially RSS was very, every time we wanted to get news from someplace, we had to go and get screen scraping. We have to go to the hyperlink and screen scrape. But now what we're doing is any site, any news site, it's a requirement that they have an RSS feed. So what happens is any site in the world you can find here, and this RSS format will provide you with this piece of information, and that's it. So you can go and look at if you click business, you'll find all the different sites in the world that does business. And this search engine will choose which ones to show. So if we do medical records, right, if all of them had an RSS with some keyword or some tagging, it would be fabulous, but they don't have that. So somewhere in this process, we have to create that RSS, and I think that's what this is to create that common denominator between all these that we can use when we search.
Right. So we don't want to search all these for every query. That's why we created this database, and we search this one actually.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be some updates between this and that, right?
Yeah.
So that update must occur either the edge occurs or the batch kind of an update.
Okay, I'll think about that.
So when we add the new material here, then perhaps we create some kind of table that just show the marking. Okay, this is entry and this is new, and this is new.
Okay.
And when we do update, we do the update on those the item that has mark on it. Right?
Okay.
So we can do this way or as occurs. So when it's added to the this database, then we update.
Mm-hmm. Now, do we need, as a search engine company, I'm sure we need to have a strategic relationship with the trial protocols agency or company that has to give access to that information. What is the relationship between this organization, this entity, and this entity?
Well,
like, what if it's password protected? What if they don't want you to query their system without...
Well, this is...
we need public domain content.
Assumption is that this is freely accessible.
Public domain content.
Right.
Okay.
It's freely accessible, and we're actually proposing this and that. So there's no search engine available now. We need to prepare. We need to include that as a part of it.
Okay, we'll do that.
So.
Okay. Are we mandating any standard that they have to follow?
No,
like
RSS?
They
didn't say anything.
They didn't say anything,
Yeah,
so I
didn't
saw
say
that.
anything.
Yeah,
So that's the only proposal description we have.
Oops. This one. Okay. They're saying
develop artificial intelligence and information retrieval approach that allows a clinician or researcher confronting complex patient problems to pose a single query that will result in search that appears to understand the question.
So understand the question that you said, this NLP logic. The key to this is if we have a good NLP logic, a good ontology, a good taxonomy of how, the goal reduction, right? How to take and then reduce it to that level, I think we're good to go. And I think your strategy of using SNOMED, HCL, taking their diagnostic code, somehow linking it to the issue would work.